सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। Hanuman ji's blessings, Puja Gurudev's grace. We did 7 times Hanuman chalisa chanting. Hanuman chalisa has beauty in chanting also, but the chaupais are also very beautiful. Saba para Rama tapaswi raja. Bhagwan Rama is a tapaswi. That is why he is Raja. You will notice in entire Bhagwan's Charitra, you will not find Bhagwan being indulgent anywhere. Goswamiji also, the way he has presented in Ramcharitmanas, even in the most simplest task, he remembers his duties. In Pushpavatika Prasanga, when Bhagwan sees Sitaji for the first time, Goswamiji writes, Bhagwan felt afraid. Now it is Sandhya Vandanam time, my Guru will be waiting in the ashram. And he quickly went back, told his Guru whatever was in his mind, did his Sandhya Vandanam. So this tapas is looked upon very highly in our scriptures. You must be familiar with Parvati Devi's tapas to attain Bhagwan Shiva. There she says, whatever a person wants in this world can be attained, provided he does tapasya. Saying this, she goes to do tapasya. Now you know, tapasya, the moment we hear, what comes to our mind? Standing on one leg. Or giving up food. See, tapasya is that which pleases the Lord. And Bhagwan says, I will tell you what kind of tapasya pleases me. If we want to please the Lord, whom should we ask? What pleases you? We should ask Bhagwan only. So Bhagwan says, I will explain this in 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. He gives 3 types of tapasya. One tapasya is at physical body level. Second tapasya is at speech level. And third tapasya is at mind level. How to interpret scriptures in Kali Yuga? Bhagwan said, I will do it for you in Bhagavad Gita. Where we have this ability to stand on one leg. They do Panchagni tapas. All 5 sides they light fire. I always wondered which is the 5th side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5th one is the sun. So in scorching heat you have to stand chanting mantra. Bhagwan says, tumse na ho payega. In Kali Yuga, don't worry. I will tell you what is tapasya. Now body level, speech level is very elaborate. Let us look at the third one, which is tapasya at mind level. Now remember, here to do tapasya, the instrument itself is the mind. You don't need any other instrument. With the help of mind, we are doing tapasya. What is this tapas? Bhagwan says, Manah prasada saumyatvam. We will see word by word. Manah prasada. Keeping our mind cheerful. Bhagwan asks us, can you do it? Devotee says, no. That is why I call it tapasya, he says. See, tapasya is that which will need effort. If I can do something very easily, that is not tapasya. He says, being able to keep the mind cheerful. Prasanna. Prasada there means prasanna. What is the meaning of prasada? Anything which has been blessed by the Lord is prasada. When we bring it from the market, it is sweet. When we keep it at the altar, it is Naivedya. When Bhagwan blesses it, it is prasada. Apply the same idea to life experiences. What disturbs our mind? Some life experience, in simple words. How is this sadhaka able to have mana prasada? How to keep the mind cheerful? He says this experience also has come through my Bhagwan's blessing. So with prasada buddhi, he is able to keep prasanna buddhi. Every experience looking at it as Bhagwan's prasada. Sometimes we quickly label experiences as good and bad. If somebody praises us, we say this is a good person. If somebody criticizes us, we say this is a not so good person. Why call bad? Not so good. Raman Maharshi says, be grateful to the one who criticizes you. Because they are removing that which we want to remove from us. And that is the ego. He says, nobody can criticize you. Which you? The real you. The self is beyond criticism. It is beyond praise also. Only Upanishads can praise. So Upanishads can praise. No person can criticize the self. If at all they are criticizing the ego. Take it as prasada. So that is the first one. Bhagwan says, Manah prasada. Puja Gurudev used to elaborate on this one phrase. And he would give sadhana also. He would say, our problem is, we get too caught up with regrets of the past, anxiety of the future, and uncertainty in the present. Something of the past, mind gets stuck. Something which is going to come, it gets anxious. Right now, it is not available. Vidyananda Swamiji, he has written one very beautiful verse in Panchadashi. It looks very straightforward, but it has a mahavakya of life. Yada bhavi natad bhavi. Bhavi chet natad anyatha. Yad abhavi. What is not meant to happen will not happen, don't worry. Bhavi chet. If it is destined to happen, natad anyatha. You cannot change it. Iti chinta vishagnoyam bodho brahmanivartaka. The one who has understood this becomes free from worry. Means the sadhaka relies more on God's intelligence. He says, my limited mind cannot know what is right, what is wrong. But he knows it. Let him do it the way he wills. If it is not happening my way, we should be assured it is happening the Lord's way. Only two options, right? Bhagwan's will pervades all individual wills. You all must have heard the name of Hanuman Prasad Poddarji. In Gita Press, great Mahatma. His title was Sada Bhagvat Leela Nirata. Whenever they would write his name, they would write like this. Sada Bhagvat Leela Nirata Hanuman Prasad Poddarji. One day, they all went to one forest and his cottage caught fire. Swami Akhandanandji Maharaj was also there. He was in Purvashrama that time. He narrated this incident. He said, his cottage caught fire. We all tried to douse that fire a little bit, he said, with some sand, with some water. It was not, the fire was not subsiding. They would call him Bhai Shri, Hanuman Prasad Poddarji. He said, Bhai Shri called everybody. He said, chant Agni Suktam. Let us do invocation of Agni Devata. Anyway, you cannot douse it. Neither can you do anything about it. So just do pranams. See Agni Devata here. Situation is same. More we accept it, we can deal with it gracefully. You must have seen sometimes when it's pouring rain, little children make boats and play. It's a sight to watch, Now either you can complain, rain, or you make your boat, be happy. That is the first tapasya, manah prasada. Second one is saumyatvam. Saumyatvam means gentleness. But remember, this is tapasya at what level? Body, speech or mind? Mind level. So here saumyatvam will mean gentleness at thought level. If a person is showing harsh action, what does it imply? At some point it was a thought. And he entertained that thought without cutting it at the root. So that thought alone has become his action. Similarly, gentleness at thought level, Bhagwan says, is second tapasya. If thought is gentle, speech will be gentle. And his actions will be also gentle. That is the second. Third one he says, maunam. Mana prasada saumyatvam, maunam atma vinigraha. Maunam means not to speak. But isn't it little odd because he is talking about tapasya at mind level? So what is maunam at mind level? Maunam at mind level is no desire to speak. When asked, we should speak. When needed, we should speak. But sometimes you want to speak because mind is talking. So that is one meaning of maunam, where the mind is silent, mind is quiet. Another meaning of maunam at mind level is all negative thoughts are quiet. Only good thoughts are rising. Maunam is you interpret as quiet mind, silent mind. You will say, I'm getting very disturbed in your class. Because what are we doing here? Creating thoughts. So creating thought itself is not the problem. When erroneous thoughts get created, that is the problem. So maunam at thought level is to silence all random thoughts, negative thoughts. Then Atma Vinigraha means to watch this mind. What is the quality of this mind? What kind of thoughts are coming? Then final tapasya Bhagwan says is Bhava Samshuddhi. Bhava Samshuddhi means behind every action having good intention. Behind every action having good intention. That is called as Bhava Samshuddhi, no hidden agenda. See, in Mahabharata you find so many examples. Duryodhana is full of the opposite of Bhava Samshuddhi. But Pandavas, on the other hand, they are simple people, but pure at heart. All this put together, Bhagwan says, is tapasya. Then he asks us, can you do it? It is difficult, but not impossible. Where should we go to do this tapasya? Which mountain? In our own home. See the beauty of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagwan says, staying where we are, how can we become tapaswi? And what is the result of tapasya? Dhruva did tapasya, Parvati Devi did tapasya. What happened with that? Lord was pleased. Bhagwan was pleased. If we say, Bhagwan, I want to please you, sometimes you won't know where to start. What kind of tapasya to do? So here he says, do this manasika tapas. That is why Sabapara Rama tapasvi Raja.